Hello, and today we are going to talk about something that helped change my mind about throwing away food pretty much for the last 5 years. I had come across the law of the conservation of energy, which basically states that in a closed system, energy cannot be created nor destroyed, but just passes from one thing to another. And I really took this, and I know that humans are not a closed system, there are other things at play, but I took the basic concept of that and I thought about food completely differently. So if in theory, the energy that we need comes in the form of calories or food, right? Our system needs a certain amount. Each human body is different, but we all have a certain amount. And when we exceed that, okay, we are wasting energy, because what is food? It is energy. So let's just imagine that you are a glass on a counter and your glass can hold 2,000 calories. That's what you can hold. If I were to fill it with 2,000 calories and then come along Thanksgiving or Halloween and there's a surplus of candy, goodies, and things like that people are giving you and offering to you, and you continue to eat in excess of that 2,000 calories, your cup would runneth over. It would make a mess on the counter. Why? Because your body didn't need all that. So a lot of times people say, oh, Heather, I feel so guilty. People gave me cookies for the holidays and cakes, and I don't know what to do with it. My first thought is give it to somebody who is lacking energy. So maybe your homeless shelters, people who do not have enough, give it to them. If that's not an option and it comes down to your cup runneth over and going all over the counter and making a huge mess that you have to then clean up, aka lose body fat, because where does that energy go if it's not being used? It gets stored on your body as body fat, and then you have to work it off later, right? Or go in a deficit later to make up the difference. Or you could throw it in the trash can. I always think to myself, do I want to be big and bulky, or do I want my trash can to be big and bulky? Because there is a limit as to how much you need, how much energy you need. And if energy can't be created nor destroyed, and if we were to think about this in a very just simplistic way in regards to our body, once our needs are met, once our cup is at its full level, when we continue to fill it with all those foods that people so kindly give us, our cup starts to go all over the place. Why is that a better option than throwing away the food? It's being wasted because it's not being used for its intended purpose, and it's making a huge mess that we then have to clean up. Or we could just take it, say thank you so much, we attempt to donate it, we attempt to give it away. If that doesn't work, throw it away. Ever since I've wrapped my mind around this concept, throwing food away has not been a problem. And for the most part, we're not talking about asparagus and eggs here. We're talking about quick breads, and we're talking about cookies and sweets, and it's the meaning behind it that is the wonderful message, not as much the food itself. So my tip to you is this: try viewing all that food differently. First off, ask yourself, do I want to waste that energy on my body when I know it's going to be in excess, or do I want to throw it away or give it away? And then when you're plagued with the guilt, remind yourself that when you store that extra food, you then have to work it off later. So really it wasn't used for its intended purpose, which would have been to fuel you for the day. I hope this tip helps you. You have a great week. This was instrumental for me getting a handle on my eating during the holidays, so I hope it helps you. All right, you guys have a great week. I'll talk to you soon.